What's up, guys? Welcome back to a breaking news episode of Mets Talk, and the first one that we get to do because we have some big news. Justin Verlander has signed with the New York Mets, and all I gotta say right off the rip, thank you, Justin, for not waiting until 7 o'clock tonight when I'm at the Ranger game and can't make a video. Thank you for signing now, so I don't have to worry about that. Justin Verlander is signed, and I'm absolutely hyped right now. I just put up the other video. So if you want the shorter reaction to it, check out that video or just watch it either way because you want to listen to my stupid voice nonstop. I get it. But here to get Nico's thoughts too, here to get multiple thoughts. And it might be the opposite of a CVS night for us because, oh boy, Justin Verlander's a Met and Gallant might get fired from the Rangers. We won't talk Rangers here, but that's something that could happen. But we got a lot to talk about here. Justin Verlander's a Met. Before we jump further into everything, leave a like on the video if you do enjoy, subscribe if you guys are new. And if you're listening to the audio version, give a rating and review. All of that. So how are we feeling? How are we feeling?
I'm over the moon. I mean, I think any Mets fan, for the most part, could say it. You lost DeGrom. You had to get another top end pitcher because, I mean, that's a massive drop off. There's no other way around it. So we knew it. The Mets were really pushing hard for Verlander or Rodon, and Steve Cohen, as we know, is going to get it done. He gets Verlander 2 years, 86 million with a third-year option for 35 million. I'm happy with it. The guy obviously is going to be 40 in, I believe, February. So 2 year deal, fine by me. To people saying an overpay, it's a 2 year deal.
Hide
Steve's
some
going to
money.
get the
There's
money.
poor people around. Hide the money.
Exactly. So I'm happy with this pickup. Verlander and Scherzer reunite here in New York, and I think it could be something really special.
Completely agree. And you had a DeGrom size hole. You had the Phil said DeGrom size hole. And everyone's mad about this because, yeah, Jacob DeGrom and his 5 wins out of the Mets 101 wins. We might get more wins out of Verlander than we got from DeGrom last year. And we won 101 games last year. So that should tell the story. And there's no reason to be upset about this, in my opinion. Because one, why are we caring about the money? It's not your money. It's not my money. Who cares?
Exactly.
Uh, Number two, again, they had to fill the spot. It was either Rodon or Verlander. So you made your pick. They made the pick, and it was Verlander. I would have preferred Rodon on if I'm talking personally what I would have preferred, but I'm not going to complain still at all because you're still getting one of the best pitchers in the game, a top 20 pitcher at the very least. So you can't complain there. And yeah, I think that this was the perfect option. And now this gives you the flexibility to go out and focus on everything else that you need to. Now that you made this move quick, you could go out and focus on. We're seeing reports about Benintendi. We're seeing reports about Nimmo connections. And then the bullpen still has a lot of holes. They also tried to close a deal with Jamison Tyon recently. So you got a lot of holes to fill here. So this was something that needed to be done and quick. So I'm happy with it, happy with the signing. And I don't care if the guy sucked in the postseason last year. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I completely agree with you as well. The Mets now locking up Verlander to this deal. As you said, go focus on those other needs. Get another pitcher mid rotation, guys we've been linked to, like Jameson Taillon, Kodai, Senga, um, Taiwan Walker could come back still.
Heaney.
Yep, you have a lot of options still. I hope they go for two guys instead of one because God knows who that fifth starter will be. But we'll have to see. And then, as we saw today, we've been linked to Benintendi. Obviously, we're still lurking around Nimmo. We want to bring him back. So we're going to have to get someone for center fields and then lock up those bullpen pieces. So, I mean, things are really starting to move fast now with MLB free agency. So now with this big domino flying for the Mets, we're going to start to see these little moves following to start coming in now.
Yeah, 100%. And thank God. Thank God, because this offseason was going so painfully slow. And now, finally, things picking up. And just to talk about Verlander and his numbers last year, let's get the numbers up because the guy had an absolutely ridiculous year. Did I mention he won the Cy Young? Oh, I don't know if I did, but he won the Cy Young and finished top 10 in MVP voting this past year as well, with a 1.75 ERA. Not too bad. He had a .82 WHIP. Not bad either. Uh, and he didn't get to start 30 plus games. That's the one thing that obviously Met fans are worried about because of health with the guy. But I mean, he still made 28 starts. That is what, 20 something more than DeGrom made this past year. So as long as he's giving you something like that, we're in good shape here. And the guy, either way, before he had Tommy John, look at the numbers that he was putting up outside of obviously the 2020 season where he just made one start. The guy was a Cy Young winner in his last full season healthy, finished second in Cy Young the year before that. He finishes in the top of the Cy Young voting pretty much every year. Oh, did I also mention that he was dominant in that 2017 run for the Houston Astros where they won the World Series? I don't think so. There's a lot to love about Verlander, and the narrative that he sucks in the playoffs. Yeah, he sucked this past year, but he's proven to be dominant before in the playoffs, and I'm absolutely excited. And by the way, that 2019 season, he had 300 strikeouts. The fact that he didn't lead the league in strikeouts that year is absurd. I think Garrett Cole ended up leading the league in strikeouts that year.
Yeah, he was absurd.
The two of them were absolutely ridiculous. And now you're going to have Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander battling out the top of your rotation.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, this might be more competitive because just in terms of how, the difference between DeGrom and Verlander, the way they handle themselves, I think this is going to be more of a competitive battle with those two versus what we have with DeGrom and Scherzer, because of the way Verlander handles himself, that's the difference there. I'm not saying Verlander's a better pitcher, but I'm saying in terms of the way they are on a competitive standpoint, because DeGrom's more of a, like you say, Nico, he's a robot. He's just more of a laid back kind of guy. Verlander shows more of that compete level, and he's got more of a personality to him.
Yeah, that's what I love about Verlander and him and Scherzer at the top. I mean, you're forgetting about DeGrom quick, and I'm just super happy with it. Another stat we have here on Twitter from Rich McLeod. Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer combined to go 29-9 with a 1.99 ERA and a 10.5 fWAR this past season. I mean, that just tells the story for you. It's going to be perfect. And I mean, this 1-2 punch, we said DeGrom and Scherzer before, the best 1-2 punch in the league, and this just solidified it once again for the Mets.
Yeah, and as Giraffe Neck Mark says, he's the fine wine. He's getting better with age. You gotta love it. And we also have another tweet from Jacob Resnick. The Mets missed out on Justin Verlander, who they were reportedly targeting by one pick in 2004. It almost took 20 years, but they got him. So 20 years later, the Mets finally got their guy, but it would have been very Wilpon of the Mets to just let him walk by the time he got older. So yeah, it is what it is, but he's finally a Met, and I don't think you're complaining. I'm certainly not complaining. And the fact that there are Met fans complaining, I don't know what you wanted them to do. Did you want them to give up all these assets to go out and get a Corbin Burns or something? Like, yeah, Corbin Burns would be nice, but did you want to give up those assets? I don't think so. You had to do something here, and I think what they did is you can't complain about it. You just can't.
Not at all. You had to make some sort of big move on the starting pitcher front with losing DeGrom, and Verlander's that guy. And I mean, what were you going to get through the trade market? Corbin Burns, I mean, the Brewers said that they would be open to trading him, but then I saw a report like a week ago, that he's probably untouchable still. It's unlikely they're going to trade him, and if they do, it's going to be for a boatload. And we know the Mets don't like to go the trading route now with Billy Epler. So this is a very, very good move that needed to be done. You can't be mad at it. These would probably be the same people that would be complaining if we didn't have a top-end pitcher going into next season. Like, we couldn't just go in with Scherzer, and then there would be a huge drop-off. Now we have Scherzer and Verlander, some of the best pitchers in baseball. So you have to be over the moon still. And good to see even Ben Verlander on the Bird app saying he's always loved Mets Twitter, LFGM. So just great vibes all around the Mets.
Oh, Ben Verlander's gonna be going wild when Justin and Shohei are teammates next year. He's gonna be
Oh
going
man.
absolutely berserk on the Bird app. There's no question. But yeah, you're completely right. It would be the same people complaining if the Mets went out and did nothing, and it would have been the whole same old Mets narrative and all that. Which there was that also when DeGrom left. Which again, how many times do I have to say DeGrom didn't give them a chance to make a counter offer? Because we also had people in the comment section of our last video that were not thrilled because they can't understand the concept that he didn't come back with the and give the chance for the Mets to make a counteroffer. I don't know why that's a hard concept to understand, but whatever. And then there's also the whole thing about how he didn't have to go back to the Mets or whatever to let them make a counteroffer. Well, if you say you love the organization as much as he did, I would think you would do that. And Justin Verlander did that with the Astros. It was reported that he gave Jim Crane and the Astros a chance to match the offer. They, of course, didn't end up doing it. So here we are. And then there was also rumblings last night. So we kind of knew this was happening today or tomorrow. It was obvious that it was going to happen. So yeah, with the rumblings, we just knew. There was that report that came out. I think they actually nailed it with this exact deal.
Yeah, like was it on Instagram? It was this Carlos something. I didn't know whether to believe it or not, but I think he was spot on with the numbers too.
Yeah, there was something about that he got right last offseason as well. So it was
and it was the stuff.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So shout out to the guy. We don't know you, Guy, but shout out to Guy for getting the numbers right and getting the deal right, because you nailed it. You're first on it, and you knew before everyone else because we were waiting for the pass and bomb. I'm sitting here playing Call of Duty, and the pass and bomb dropped. So that's what we love to see. And we got memes going around, the broke ass and strong and independent meme where it's Verlander versus the DeGrom being signed. You gotta love it. Shout out to Dayball Enjoyer because he's the one with that tweet. Shout out to him. He's always tweeting out bangers. So gotta give some love there. But yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled, and I might have to get a Verlander jersey. I'm not even gonna lie. I might have to.
Yeah, I need to
Might have to get tickets near the family section too, because there's a certain person that might be worth sitting near at those games. I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just so happy with this signing. I want to get a Verlander, whether a jersey, T-shirt, I don't know, but we got to rep the new pitcher here in New York, and
the real ace.
Yeah, the real ace, and I'm thrilled. I'm just so thrilled. And you got him bringing over, as he said before, Kate. I mean, no one's complaining with that.
Nope, nobody is, and her flipping off Philly fans again. We're gonna need more of that because
oh man, the battle's gonna be sensational.
That was beautiful, and now that we have her on our side here, this is going to be generational, and I'm thrilled. I am thrilled right now. So let's see. We got another tweet. Fangraphs projections for DeGrom: 172 innings, 2.64 ERA, 5.5 WAR, and Verlander 190 innings, 3.52 ERA, 4.2 WAR. Okay. So we got Fangraphs going against Verlander here, favoring DeGrom heavily, which is interesting. But again, Verlander, if there's one thing he's shown, he gets better with age. So hopefully that continues to be the case there, and we don't have to worry. But so people are already replacing their shirts. There's a tweet. Remember the DeGrom Scherzer shirt where it looked like it was like a president shirt where it said DeGrom on top and then Scherzer on the bottom?
Yeah.
Somebody taped Verlander over it.
No way.
Yeah, I'm retweeting that.
Oh my goodness. I love to see it.
Yep, gotta love it. And Twitter is going absolutely wild right now. So there is this is crazy. This is crazy how quick it happened too. Like that's what's just shocking to me.
We were on the podcast on Friday. Yeah, well,
Yep,
no, Saturday, I
Saturday.
believe. Or was it? I forget, but it was one of those days, and I mean, we were just disappointed, angry with Jake, and we didn't know when we were going to make a next move here. But surely, the start of the new week here on Monday morning, we get some great news. And Monday mornings are never fun, but this, I mean, just had to light up every Met fan's day here, and even week.
Yeah. And now we wonder when the next domino is gonna fall. I'm
I imagine
interested to say
soon.
if I'm gonna make a prediction, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to wait a week for another move. There
Are
might
we
be a
talking
little
about the
sign here
Mets
and
or
there.
in general?
The Mets. The
Okay.
Mets. I think the Mets make a move within the next week or so.
Hmm.
Maybe even less. Maybe even less because I really think that Nimmo's going to get signed soon. I don't know though if he's waiting on Judge at the same time. That's the thing. Because it would be smart for him to wait on Judge because
True.
then he's going to get a bigger bag because he'll be the only top outfielder on the market. So I don't know. I really don't know when the Mets next domino might fall. I think that they sign a back end of the rotation starter though within the next week. I think whether it's Tyon, whether Bassett returns, whether it's Heaney, whoever, I think that they end up making the next move because I think this just shows that they want to get the offseason moving now and they're going to stay aggressive.
Yeah, I totally agree. They're gonna. That was the first big domino. Now all the other little moves are going to be flowing in this next month here in December. As you said, I think a week is reasonable to see a next relatively big domino fall, whether it's a mid rotation guy re-signing Brandon Nemo potentially or a big bullpen piece. It's really going to start kicking into gear really good here. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting for sure. And I just find it funny here on Twitter, the what's happening section. The four things that are trending right now are Kodai Senga, Kate Upton, Jacob DeGrom, and Justin Verlander. I mean, that is something.
Yeah, I see. For me, I see Verlander, Judge, Mackenzie Blackwood, and Trey
Wow.
Turner.
Interesting.
I'm sure Gallant's going to be on that page later tonight, but sorry, I
Probably.
said I wouldn't talk Rangers, but
They always
there,
have to get brought up one way or another.
yep, we have hashtag Mets Twitter as well trending right now. Bogarts, winter meetings, Dodgers. Um, which Dodgers? What happened? You
Oh,
thought you were
yeah.
gonna get Scherzer and Verlander back to back years. And
Thank God.
instead you had Trevor Bauer, which I hope you're happy with Mr. Trevor over there in LA. Which, yep, I don't know if he's going to be pitching in a major league uniform again. So hope you're enjoying that over there in LA.
Yep.
Because I remember not too long ago we were getting clowned for that. We were getting clowned for not being able to sway Bauer over here, and oh how
Uh,
times have changed.
how
And now we have
sweet it is.
yeah, I'll take Verlander and Scherzer, I think, over Trevor Bauer 10 times out of 10, a billion times out of a billion. I don't think
Whatever.
I'm gonna complain there at all.
Whatever. Thought we'd be winning these bidding wars against the Dodgers about 3 years ago, but here we are. I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. We didn't get Trevor Bauer, and now here we are with Scherzer and Verlander swaying them away from the Dodgers. I mean, that's just as sweet as it can get. Winning a bidding war against the Dodgers is unreal because we are not biggest Dodger fans here to say the least.
Nope, not at all. And I really thought this was gonna drag for a bit once I saw the Dodgers were in the mix. I'm like, yeah, here
Yeah,
we go. It's going to be like we saw with Bauer, with Scherzer. We're gonna have to deal with the back and forth. And I thought maybe this was actually gonna get dragged out for a week. I thought, yeah, the Dodgers are in the mix. Here we go. It's gonna be oh, the Dodgers are making this counter offer. Oh, the Mets are making this counter offer, and we would just hear like when last year we had the lockout updates, which you had each side going to the other side multiple times, back and forth, and that's all the tweets we were getting. I thought that it was going to be this scenario for a bit, but thankfully not.
thank God. Thank God it didn't drag on. I agree with you because it looked like we were really front and center here for Verlander, just us really trying to get this deal done. But then you saw the Dodgers come in the mix, and you're like, oh boy, here we go, battling it out with these guys. But as soon as you know it, he's a Met. And the profile picture, if some of you followed me on the Bird app, it came back. We just had the black screen here for about a week now with the Rangers disappointing, but Justin Verlander in that Mets uniform is too beautiful not to have as the PFP.
Yeah, I love it. I was shocked that you actually made that you updated your profile picture. I thought you were gonna keep it just because of how in the trenches we are with the Rangers. So
True. At least the Mets gave us some joy.
For once, that's a rarity even. But here we are, and they gave us some joy for sure. And hopefully they continue that. Hopefully the next domino falls soon, because now I want more moves. Now I want more moves after this. And also, MLB Shop, why are you not letting me customize a Justin Verlander jersey? Why do I have to wait for you guys to officially release it?
Really, we need to get this Verlander merch ASAP.
Yeah, I don't understand why, if I'm willing to give you money, why I can't just customize the jersey.
Exactly.
So I don't understand that, but sure. Maybe it's a sign though that I should wait to get him on the black jersey, because the only black jersey I have right now has Tyler McGill on it. So yeah,
he's definitely gonna wear 35 for us as well, I'd assume.
that's the other thing. It's good to wait on the number as well, but I'd imagine he's gonna wear 35. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't there. Because there's no reason not to. It's not like a Scherzer situation where we had to wait because 31 was retired. So he ended up going with 21. I thought he was going to go with 34 though last year. I remember that was the rumored number for Scherzer last year, but or 35. 35 was also rumored, but he kept it. He kept 35 available for Verlander. He knew. He saw the future.
What a
he
guy.
saw the reunion. And you gotta love the tweet of them at the All-Star game from the one at Citi Field. Two of them together. Love to see it. But everyone in the comments, let us know your thoughts on the signing, because now we are going to kind of just move on and talk more about other targets as well. So where do we go from here that we didn't say last episode? That's the only tricky part here, because we kind of went very in depth last episode of how we feel with the Mets, where they should go with each avenue when it comes to targets in the outfield, targets in the infield. Where do we go here?
Yeah, I mean, we covered the mid-rotation guys, outfield options, bullpen. I mean, what could we dive into here? We did dive a lot into other things last episode.
I mean, we could try to talk trade targets for the Mets, because there's definitely some targets maybe available. Because I'm still trying to figure out who is that guy that they could get for the middle of the rotation if they have to make a trade. Who is that guy available? Let's get research going. Who is that guy? Because I need information. I need to figure this out. Who could be that guy? Because
it might have to happen.
There's also a rumor, not of a trade, but a signing. Ross Stripling's name was thrown out there. Actually, I don't know if he's under contract still with the Blue Jays, but I saw his name thrown out there. But we got to figure out that guy. Who could be that guy for the middle of the rotation?
Starting pitchers, I mean, for the middle of the rotation.
That I feel like would be willing to give up starters either. Like, that's the issue here.
Also, unfortunately, I have Sean Murphy looking like he's on the move soon to the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That could be a problem, but
you already have Travis d'Arnaud. Like, what are you doing going out there and getting Sean Murphy? You don't have enough?
Stealing Olsen from them. Now they're getting Murphy. To be fair, we had a field day on the Athletics too, getting Marte, Canna, Bassett.
True.
They're going to be the two big boys.
Does Oakland have anyone that we could get for the middle of the rotation? That's a team that always is trading guys.
They're always up for trades.
Yeah, whether it's Paul Blackburn is a guy.
Not the worst.
He's not great, not the worst for the back end middle of the rotation. So you have a guy there. Thank you for the $2 dono. Appreciate that. Here's some love
What a
from a
legend.
Mariners fan. You must be feeling happy he's out of your division. You must be feeling ecstatic
Oh
right now
yeah.
that JV's
Yeah.
out of your division. That's one less problem for you.
That is absolutely awesome.
Cole Irvin's another name maybe from the Oakland A's that they could go after.
Not half bad.
There's a couple options there. Cleveland maybe will have a name. I don't know if they're willing to trade Zach Plesac. That could be a guy.
I mean, they were rumored to trade Bieber, so you gotta imagine they're up to maybe trading another starting pitcher.
Yeah, that's I don't know why they always just like you just made the playoffs last year. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Trading these guys.
exactly. I don't get it.
I wish I could get Houston out of my division. Oh, we wish we could get the Braves out of our division.
Yeah, we're
Ugh.
we're with you on that one.
We understand that feeling. In terms of others, maybe Marquez from the Rockies.
Oh, Yerman Marquez.
That's
I feel like he was rumored to be in trade talks before. Was he not? Or I don't know if I'm tripping.
I'm not too sure, but that's a name. I do want to check his road numbers though, because obviously in Coors Field that is
That's gonna be very skewed, that number.
yeah. Let me look up his road numbers while you try to find
Yeah, I'm
maybe some
looking.
potential trade targets outside of who we have, because there's definitely the scenario where they have to make a trade and go down that route. So
No
in terms of
doubt.
another here we go, his road numbers. I think I got no. Why is it like that? Here we go. Home and away splits, road. Yeah, 3.43 ERA on the road. Not too bad. And let's check out his home ERA. 6.70 at home. Oof.
Yikes.
Oof. About 11 home runs on the road, 19 at home. Oof. I mean,
Not pretty.
yeah, his road numbers aren't bad, but oof for those home numbers. Oof.
They aren't great. Yeah. How about Kyle Hendricks? Comes a free agent 2024.
The
Cubs
issue
are in
is
the
like, what are
trenches.
the Cubs doing? Like, who are the
Yeah,
Cubs? Who
we
are
don't
you?
know. Are we going in to try and be a playoff team? Are we rebuilding? Who knows?
Yeah, because you're seeing them linked to like Carlos Correa and everything. Like, what are you doing
Yeah.
linked to Carlos Correa? You just traded your entire roster with Baez, Bryant, and Rizzo. What are you doing now? All of a sudden, being like, yeah, we might contend.
But doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think I maybe found another name. I don't know how willing the Diamondbacks would be to move this guy, but Merrill Kelly.
I mean, yeah, he's solid. I don't
He had a
know.
great year last year. I don't know how willing they are to move him. I don't know when he's a free agent, but Merrill Kelly could be a name, because I'm really scared that the Mets might go the route of just filling one more starter spot, and then I really feel like they're going to go with an internal battle of McGill and Peterson, which
I
don't
agree.
agree with doing, but I think they're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I think Tyler McGill or David Peterson is really going to be the fifth pitcher for this team. I mean, as we know it right now, the rotation is Verlander, Scherzer. I mean,
Still just Wingo for
Bassett.
me.
Taiwan is not back. So you have Carrasco, McGill, and Peterson, is it?
It's looking like it's going to be that, which Carrasco as the 4 starter. I'm not
Yeah, that's
sure
not
about
thrilling.
that one. I'm really not sure about that one. I don't think that's ideal at all. I mean, I like Tyler McGill, but man, the guy's got to stay healthy. Like, he was not at all last year. And then it's just weird. Like he had a weird year. He was so dominant when he was healthy, but then when he was hurt, oh boy, he was bad.
He was. Absolutely.
This is interesting. The pitchers that Baseball Savant has him compared to:
What do they have him compared to?
Josiah Gray, yuck, Max Scherzer, Shane Baz, and Brandon Woodruff.
Huh.
I really think they're gonna bank on that comparison, those comparables, being the case. I really think that's the route they're gonna go down.
That's what it looks like for the time being. I mean, they're gonna get another one in free agency, you'd assume. The trade route could happen. It depends how confident they feel with Miguel and Peterson taking on the starting role.
Well, here's the thing: can they make a late trade? Say in spring training, they're not sold on either Peterson or McGill. Like, do we think they can make a late trade? Because that's the thing that I worry about. You shoot yourself in the foot too much to the point where you can't make that move last minute.
I do not know. Another interesting name could be maybe Tyler Mahle on the Reds.
He got traded to the Twins.
He did. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep.
No, I would not be interested in bringing Syndergaard back.
Oh, we
talked about that last episode, and I think that was a fat no from both of us there. I'm definitely not in favor of a Noah Syndergaard at all, but Tyler Mahle would have been a perfect fit for this rotation too.
Based on the Reds, that'd be great.
Do the Reds have anyone like who's even pitching for the Reds?
Yeah, after Castillo, I mean, this rotation is down horrifically.
Yeah, and well, Castillo's gone too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After losing him, it's not great.
Hunter Green.
Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Nick Lodolo, 6'6". Wow. I mean,
they're not gonna trade him.
Up.
Yeah, there's no one on the Reds. I mean, wow, they have nobody. Their pitching staff is awful.
It is very bad. Oh man.
At least the Angels might have a lot of pitching options. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait. They don't know what pitching is.
They don't. And they could be losing one of the best in the game also.
It's crazy to look though. Like I'm looking at all the teams in the league. The Orioles are going to try to actually compete this year. Everyone in that AL East is competing this year.
Right.
The White Sox are going to try to contend. The Guardians might trade a guy, but they're going to mostly try to contend. The Tigers, they might have options that they'd be willing to trade. I'm not sure. The Royals, maybe. Twins, they're going to look to contend. Astros looking to contend. Angels don't have pitching to begin with, so it doesn't matter. Oakland, they suck. But, and then the Mariners and the Rangers are now trying to contend. And at least every team in that division is trying to contend except the Nationals. The Nationals aren't going to make a trade with the Mets there, as we saw with Soto, Bell. The Central Division, all those teams are trying to contend except for the Pirates and the Reds. The Pirates, they don't have anyone of significance either. The Reds, we just checked, have nobody. The West, the Diamondbacks and Rockies. So realistically, you have the Diamondbacks, Rockies, and A's to make a trade with.
And some of these teams that are not contending don't even have starting pitching to trade over. They just flat out are not good.
Yeah, like who do the Royals have?
Yeah, they could be interesting.
They literally have nobody at all, though. I'm looking right now. Wow, their roster.
No bueno.
I forgot. Zach Greinke left the team.
I
was gonna say that would be like the only one, but he was awful last year too. Let's see the Detroit Tigers, because yikes with these teams. And even then, I think the Tigers are gonna try to somewhat compete. I mean, Eduardo Rodriguez, but he's locked up for a long time. I don't know if they're gonna make that move. Yeah, you have 3 teams to make a trade with here. This is
Oof.
not good.
Yeah, the trading route is going to be difficult for the Mets. No other way around it.
Which I guess is why the Brewers are okay with maybe trading Burns and
Mhm.
Woodruff because they know that nobody else has pitching. And it's like, yeah, we'll give up our pitchers because we'll get a lot of assets since there's nobody else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there is not a lot of starting pitching on the market, it seems, as of now. So that's why they could really get huge returns for guys like Burns and Woodruff. And I mean, you can't blame them for at least entertaining the idea of it.
Yeah, because the Mets might need to make a move. Because I refuse to watch Jose Budo make another start for this team next year. I'm
Oh god,
sorry.
no,
I'm
I don't know how
sorry,
they
but
won that game. I don't know. It was the
I
that was the
yeah
Marquette special, right?
yeah it was. I can't watch that again. I just simply can't because after Peterson and Miguel, you have Joey Lucchesi who's gonna come back. You have, I mean, who else even do you have there? I gotta look at the depth chart. They added that guy from the Marlins who could be a swing man. Yeah, it's pretty thin. Wow.
Very, very thin.
Yeah, there is nobody after that. I mean, after Lucchesi, Peterson, McGill, you have Jose Budo probably next on the chart as a starting pitcher, which they need to fill out depth too, which we talked about. I really want to see who are some underrated free agents that they could go after to be as a either fifth starter or an extra guy, just a guy.
Take a
Let's
peek.
explore that route because it's going to be needed. Um, I mean, you're looking at a Wade Miley. No.
Oof. No,
Michael
thank
Waka.
you.
Rich Hill, you could bring back.
You could bring back Rich Hell. He was,
Chad
he's a
Kuhl,
veteran. Gives you, I don't know.
Vince Velasquez. Like, these are the names you'd have to look at for a back end / depth piece for the rotation, which I think, again, you need to do it because I refuse to watch Jose Budo pitch games for us this year. I do.
hmm I completely agree. You got to bring in one of these veteran guys still, and just solidify that sixth guy to come in because an injury, unfortunately, is probably inevitable to happen at some point in the starting pitching rotation. So you have to make sure you have reinforcements on the back end of the rotation.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just trying to see if we missed anything. That's why I'm kind of just
You got to always be checking now after the Verlander signing. Things could start moving fast here. Wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised to see Aaron Judge signed within the next. Actually, I don't know. I feel like he could drag on. It's tough to tell.
I think Judge signs actually within the next week or two. I really do. I think he's gonna get done before Christmas.
Okay, very
If I
possible.
had to make a prediction, because it's down to 2 teams right now, right? It's the Giants or the Yankees. So
Unless the Dodgers, they always like to come
I
in.
mean, yeah, now that they lost out on Verlander, I mean, Yankee fans making fun of us for getting Verlander, but that might
Another
be
problem for you.
yeah, that might be a problem for you. You might now have to deal with the Dodgers being involved uh for Judge. So I wouldn't be celebrating here. I wouldn't be celebrating here.
Not one bit.
Wasting 2 years of Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer to not win a World Series would be a crime. Go get pieces now. Just reading tweets on the timeline. I feel like that could be interesting because there's a lot of funny tweets going on, a lot of interesting tweets
There
going
is.
on. I forgot Scherzer wore 37 with the Tigers.
Yeah, Ken Rosenthal a minute ago. Credit where credit is due. Carlos Borrega, yes, the former player, reported Verlander to the Mets last night.
Oh, that was the guy? Okay,
Carlos
perfect.
Borrega.
Carlos
So
Brega,
shout out to you.
you're a hero for this one. I'm sending you something that's not Mets related, but I had to
Just
send it.
you always find things on the timeline that'll be great.
Yep. I had to. Just
That is that is so accurate.
the sad truth.
That reality. Ah,
Yeah, the timeline is
buzzing on this
going
Monday
wild.
afternoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of Met fans against this, which
Makes no
kind
sense.
of kind of
Just
weird
makes no sense.
behavior.
It is.
Kind of weird behavior. Like it's not like he gave up assets or anything. Like I don't understand the issue here.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah, and then the tweet of Kate Upton flipping off the Phillies fans just going around.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Did she have anything to say?
Oh, former Met Rick Porcello has retired.
Oh, I saw that actually this morning. That's interesting. He won a Cy Young, didn't he? Like he in his
Yeah,
career?
he won a Cy Young. You don't remember Brody Van Wagenen hyped that up as the for
Oh
the Cy.
yeah.
He has a
That's
Cy Young
nuts.
award. How could you not love the guy? Even though he
Oh,
had like a 3 point something ERA with them.
oh boy. Oh boy.
Thank you for the $2 dono again. Appreciate
Wow.
that. Got to run, but have fun at the Ranger game tonight. Thank you.
You're a
Appreciate you
legend.
stopping by as always, despite being a Canes fan, being a Mariners fan, being a Jaguars fan, I think too.
Yeah, it was something.
We appreciate you
Okay.
stopping by.
Oh, Kate Upton does not tweet on the Bird app. Last
Oh,
tweet May
she
20th.
maybe she will now. Maybe
Yeah.
she will now. Oh, seeing her. Oh yeah, Justin Verlander flipped Philly fans off too. I forgot about that.
Did he?
Yeah, because I remember when he was getting off the bus, he flipped off the Phillies fans because they were flipping him off. So he flipped them off back.
Oh my god, that's the type of guy we just need on this team, man. Him and Scherzer are just they're savage, you know. They bring energy to the ballpark, unlike Jacob deGrom, and I'm just so happy about this.
Yeah, I can't wait to add some Verlander shirts to the collection here with a bunch of Max Scherzer shirts. Felix Hernandez once won a Cy Young with an 11-4 record, or 11-14 record. Yeah, I mean that's the way it should be. It shouldn't matter the record. Rick Porcello won because he had an absurd amount of wins. Like he shouldn't have won that year.
What year was it?
Let's check that because that was a it was
A
just like
while
how
ago.
it was just like how did he even if I could find his baseball reference page. My God, I don't know why. There we go. He won it in 2016.
I thought it would have
His
been like
numbers that year. Let's go over his numbers that year. He had a 3.15 ERA. He had 189 strikeouts, ERA plus of 142, 3.40 FIP, 1.0 WHIP. Let's see who finished second that year. That's what I'm really curious about. Who got robbed?
yeah.
Justin Verlander.
No way.
Yeah, because Porcello had 22 wins. That's why he won it. Verlander had a lower ERA. He pitched more innings, allowed less hits in those innings, allowed less earned runs in those innings. Led the league in strikeouts with 254 that year. Led the league in WHIP. Wow.
254 strikeouts. Wow, we got robbed.
Yeah, Verlander got robbed that year, man. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. Rick Porcello.
Unreal. A minute ago,
Sly dog, you.
Jenny Mets report, according to Joel Sherman, the Mets are in discussions with Andrew Benintendi. We knew that already. I mean, how would we feel about Andrew Benintendi?
I'd be a fan of it personally. I think that it's a good bat to add to the lineup. I'd prefer Nimmo, but as a bench option or as another just or as the backup option to if you lose out on Nimmo, I wouldn't mind it. I think that it would be a perfect replacement as long as he's not hitting leadoff because please just let Marte hit leadoff. But Benintendi, I think, would be a better leadoff hitter than Nimmo either way because you know why? He actually steals bases.
Mm-hmm. And he'll be at a cheaper cost. Yeah, I'd be happy with Benintendi. No doubt about it. If you lose Nimmo, you could fall back to him, hopefully.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind it at all, but you have to get creative then because Canner or Marte is going to play center.
Exactly.
So that's the only thing that's you got to worry about. I forgot Zach Britton that year had an absurd year though because I'm looking at the Cy Young still from that year. Jay Happ was finished top 10 in the Cy Young voting. That's funny.
Boy. So crazy to see all these names like 6 years ago who are just, you look at them now and are mind boggled.
Aaron Sanchez was 7th. Like
Wow.
Andrew Miller. Wow. I didn't realize he was that dominant that year too. A couple of relief pitchers. That's weird. Max Scherzer won the Cy Young for the NL that year. And then Noah Syndergaard finished 8th. Tanner Roark finished 10th. Wow. Remember that name, Tanner Roark.
Oh, man. I remember all these names.
Our guy Tyler Naquin finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting that year.
Oh, man. That's something to be proud of, the big Tyler.
Our guy. known Mets talk guy, Tyler Naquin.
There you go. There's some positivity on the Tyler Naquin front because you never hear anyone talking about that name.
This is a rough AL Rookie of the Year. Michael Fulmer won it, and then you have Gary Sanchez 2nd, Tyler Naquin 3rd, Diaz was 5th. That's weird.
Diaz. Oh.
Corey Seager won it for the NL that year. Wow, the Dodgers had Kenta Maeda too that year that finished there.
Tyler Naquin was starting the AL?
Yeah.
Wait, what team did he get drafted by?
He was with Cleveland first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he went to the Reds.
Wow, this is crazy looking back at years like this. So you have Verlander with how many Cy Youngs? 2 or 3? But robbed of another with 2. No, 3. But he was robbed of that. And then 2012 he finished 2nd. Let's see if he got robbed that year as well. Because now I'm intrigued. I mean, there was certainly an argument there. David Price had the lower ERA. It was the wins that kind of pushed it over, though. Verlander pitched the most innings that year, had 239 strikeouts versus Price's 205. I mean, there was an argument either way, but yeah, I'd say Price. It was fine that he won that year. It's crazy looking back, though. Damn. But he was definitely robbed then. And then also 2018, he finished 2nd. Who won it that year?
In 2018.
Blake Snell, that's right.
Blake Snell had a really good year, yeah.
Yep, and we know what happened in the World Series a couple years later there.
Oh, man.
But Verlander.
Which boy?
I forgot he won an MVP too, Verlander. 2011.
Oh yeah, he did win it. That's He won it. What was it? What year?
2011.
11. Yeah.
Won Rookie of the Year.
It's crazy to see.
He finished MVP voting. Like, he got a lot of MVP votes throughout his career.
Crazy to see. 10+ years later, he's still going strong. Hopefully, he continues for the Mets these couple of years we have him here. He could really push for the ultimate goal of winning a World Series and making this National League freaking champions banner say World Series. And I have here for some reason.
The dream. Baseball Reference has a pretty solid projection for Verlander, which I'd take these numbers. They have him at a 12-5 record, which I'll take 12 wins out of him. 2.55 ERA, 148 innings pitched, 114 hits allowed, 42 earned runs against, 145 strikeouts. Would like a bit more. I'm guessing they have less starts for him with a 12-5 record though, because that's kind of low. So I guess they're projecting him to miss starts, but
I'd be fine with that.
1.07 whip. I'd be fine with those numbers for sure. You would not see me complaining.
Not one bit.
Do you have his baseball reference page up right now?
Verlander?
Yeah, don't get it up if you
Oh,
don't.
don't? All right.
Don't. Because we're going to try to have you guess here. Justin Verlander has worn 35 throughout his career, right?
He has what?
He's worn 35 throughout his career entirely, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, because in his rookie year, he wore a different number in 2005. What number did he wear?
In 2005, oh my God.
Let's see if you could guess this one. This is going to be,
There's no way.
this is ridiculous.
The number's ridiculous.
A little. Just a bit.
Can I get over or under 50?
Over.
Whoa. Oh God, this is gonna be weird. I'm gonna go 95.
No.
What is it?
2 more guesses.
Oh yeah, I'll take 2 more. Higher or lower?
We'll go in the range of 50 to 70.
Okay. Oh my bad. Probably. This is tough. I'm gonna go 67.
Nope.
Higher or lower than 67 for the final guess? Probably lower because you said 50 through 70. Assume. 62.
Nope. He wore 59 in his rookie year.
59. Wow.
That's a weird
I
number.
know that.
That's
Jesus.
crazy.
That
That's an
is.
absurd number.
Is that what Carrasco is now? 59?
Yeah, that's Cookie's number.
Wow.
So no 59 for you, Verlander. Because Carlos Carrasco.
He's got that number absolutely booked.
Yep. You can't take that. Oh, now I need to see what happened here. All right. We went for almost an hour. We rambled, we talked. It was just more of a relaxed episode, being hyped about Verlander. So we thought we'd give you the info.
That.
Yeah, give you a relaxed episode. So pretty solid replacement there for DeGrom. And yeah, we'll talk about the Rangers another time. Because I actually have to see now like what happened because I just saw something. But we'll talk about the Rangers another time, certainly tonight, unfortunately. But that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for the latest episode. Again, if there's breaking news, we'll go live. As long as it's a big signing, like if Nemo resigns or something like that, we'll go live right away. If it's like Jameson Taillon, Andrew Heaney, something like that, we'll probably just wait it out until we're available. It's not like we're going to be, we got to record, got to get to an episode quickly on that. So that's going to be it for us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And remember to leave a like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And make sure as well to turn on your notifications. By the way, thank you, Zinx, for this. Appreciate that. But yeah, audio version listeners, be sure to leave a rating and review. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Justin Verlander and Kate Upton, welcome to New York.